Good evening, viewers. This is BVI Channel 1. You're welcome back again on the program, Biafra Discourse. Let's talk about Nigeria, the recent happening at the UN. Why is it called and still the British colonial contraption? A lot of people have had a kind of question. Why is it that the Nigerian flag refused to fly at the United Nations? The answer to this question is what you are going to get, because the person that recorded this very video asking this question, why is it that Nigerian flag refused to fly, whereas other flags of other nations at the United Nations were flying? So we are going to get the answer to this question from the Biafran perspective. What is actually the Biafran perspective? As I'll be joined by the one you know, a village economist and also a Biafran. So let us hit straight to the video so that we will be able to answer this very question critically. I'll be right back. Don't touch the dial.
See the way Nigerian flag is not flying. I don't know why. Every other flag is blowing, flying very well. But Nigerian flag has refused to unleash itself, has refused to fly like every other flag. I don't know what the country is turning into. Can you see other country flags? They are all flying, but that of Nigeria has refused to fly. Can you see it? It's not flying, but look at this, look at this, look at those, look at them.
That is it. The video we got from our brother who sent this video to us and asking the question, why is it that the Nigerian flag refused to fly? In case you have answer to this question, please help me by dialing this number and bringing it forward. What do you think? How do you answer this question to this brother that sent this video across, asking, why is it that this Nigerian flag refused to fly? While we wait for your answers, which we expect you to call, and this program is going to be very, very brief. It may not exceed 20 minutes. It's a live program. You can join the discussion, but I already have a standby, a Biafran, to give us his own perspective in analyzing Nigeria as a British colonial contraption and connecting it perhaps from the Biafran perspective or from some people who believe that Nigerian British colonial contraption is responsible. The attributes is responsible of the Nigerian flag. Maybe any other thing that could be the cause. It could even be that the flag is trapped somewhere. But let us find out from this village economist as he is joining me via the visual. NWC, you're welcome to the program on Biafra Discourse. The village economist.
Yes, thank you, Chinedu, and our viewers all over the world. Greetings.
All right, let us not waste much time. Give us your own perspective. The video of the Nigerian flag refusing to fly, and the question, the British colonial contraption, Nigeria being the British colonial contraption, does it have anything to do with what is happening in Nigeria today?
Yes, Chinedu, thank you for the wonderful assignment you have undertaken to do for our people, the indigenous people of Biafra, the Igbo people, and of course, Chinedu, you are still a Nigerian, you are still part of Nigeria, you know, so thank you for this presentation. You know, from my own point of view, from my perspective, from my personal observation, it is my opinion that Nigeria as presently configured designed. Nigeria is designed to fail. So many, of course, all the institutions in Nigeria are not functioning optimally or as expected by the people. There is an obvious reason why things are not working. If you look at the book Why Nations Failed, Nigeria is a clear case of a failed nation. It's not just me saying it. Peter Obi of Labour Party the other time said it in Nsukka when a professor was of the opinion Nigeria as a country is failing. But Peter Obi made it clear that from every indication, Nigeria has failed. Having said that, I want to go with opinion of Peter Obi that Nigeria as a country has failed. So it will not surprise anybody if Nigerian flag, the United Nations, refused to fly just like every other country. From my personal observation, I can simply say that the person that handled the contract to design the flag or get the flag up failed to do the right job. It's not by coincidence that the flag will not fly, but it is the corruption of producing that flag, of producing the flag, mounting it up, that caused that flag not to fly. Because if the proper thing is done, of course, there's no way why the flag should not fail. Because I don't believe in that science miracle or superstition. People saying that is because Nigeria is this and that, Nigeria is meant. No, something is done. Maybe the right material is not used to design flag, or maybe the object, whatever thing they use to produce that flag is not proper. It boils down on what I'm saying, that the institution of Nigeria, institutions have failed. From Foreign Affairs Ministry to the person giving the contract to produce anything, to the office of presidency, none of these people have the interests of Nigerians at heart. And that could lead to failures in every facet of Nigerian life. Chinedu, that's my submission for now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ndubisi. Somebody just made a comment right now and said that he was saying that that's actually coming from Peter Chimezie, asking, say, how many times will we tell you before you know that Nigeria is dead? So the Nigerian being dead is one of the things that actually prompted the flag not to fly, according to him, from his own opinion. Now, the question is, moving forward, that the obvious truth is that, yes, everything in Nigeria is not working. Just mostly everything. Mostly everything is not working as expected, just like in the BC said. Now, what is the headway? Because it's not just enough for you to be lamenting and shouting, oh, Nigeria is dead, Nigeria is dead. Nigeria, of course, is a British colonial contraption. Nigeria, of course, had failed in so many ways. Nigeria, of course, had become an experiment that had been, I would say, a kind of an anathema to progress. Okay, we have some people who are joining us via the visually. Can you please help us by putting your mics on the mute so that we would not be having some kind of noise fallback? Please, thank you very much. You can help us by putting your mic on the mute. My brother Udowele, you can put your mic on the mute so that we'll have a better reception of our program. Thank you very much. So we are talking about what's the way forward. It's not just enough to say Nigeria is dead. Nigeria is dead. Yes, Nigeria is a British colonial contraption, and there is no two ways about it. People can pretend over it, but that is the absolute truth. Okay. Now, I'll bring in my brother Udowele to give us his own perspective regarding this very issue. Hello, Udowele, you can unmute yourself now. If you are hearing me, I think you're having some network issue. And for those of you who are watching, feel free to drop your comments. We'll be reading them from this place, or you can call directly +2348104545533. The number is right here on the screen. Just click on it. Call the numbers, dial it, and you'll be connected to this program, and you can make your own submission. The person that was asking the question from the video we watched, while other flags were flying at the United Nations, Nigerian flag refused to fly. Why? That is what we are bringing to you. And what is your answer to this very question? Udowele, you can unmute yourself so that you can give us your own opinion regarding the issue we are discussing tonight. Hello, Udowele. I don't think.
I still need to listen for a while before I can continue.
Okay, if you want to listen for a while before you can actually make your own contribution, that's okay. So I'll be going back to Ndubisi right now. Ndubisi, this guy, how do you respond to him? The person that said that Nigeria is dead. Are you listening? Are you there with me, Ndubisi? If you are there with me, I would like to get you. This guy that said Nigeria is dead. Do you agree with him?
I said previously that Nigeria is a failed state. I do not understand what he meant by the word Nigeria is dead. Is a Nigeria a human being? We are saying that the Nigeria has failed in every indication of growth, indication of development, of course, legally, politically. Nigeria has been proven to be a failed state. If one is saying that Nigeria is dead, it's not my language. I don't understand that language.
Okay. All right. You don't understand the language, but when someone says that something is dead, actually, it's something that is bereft of life. So when you say that Nigeria is dead, Nigeria is not a human being, but Nigeria is operational. When you say that this company is dead, that means the company is no longer functioning. So when somebody says that Nigeria is dead, that means say Nigeria is no longer functioning. I think he agrees with what you're saying.
It's not true, man. It's not true. Nigeria is not dead, my brother. You can see, you can go to bank and withdraw money. Why, if Nigeria is dead, why should any bank pay you in Nigeria? Or why should you even have a power supply? Even if power is not steady. But after sometimes it comes up. Why do you go to police station to buy fuel? Why do you have to go to revenue house to pay your tax? If that is the case now, but when we're saying that Nigeria has failed, it has failed from all these parameters. There's a parameter indicators of measuring a failed state and a failing state. And that one is discussion for another day. But when somebody said that a country is dead, you cannot refer to Nigeria as dead in that using that word dead, because if you go to some places, people will tell you that there's still hope, because it's hope that is keeping us alive. If you talk to APC people will tell you, even this my conclusion that Nigeria is a third state, they will tell you that nothing has failed. Because Jagaban, who is our president, is doing everything to restore our economy by removing fuel subsidy. He believes that maybe in few months' time, the price of crude oil products will come down. That is to him. And of course, Dangote the other time, though I have not confirmed the story, say that the cost of cement, who is presently at 5,500 naira, will be brought down to 2,500 naira, as case may be. So to some of them, there are still hope. The dollar is migrating to 1,000 naira per 1,000 naira per dollar. To some people, like this, my brother Sudogo in diaspora, he will tell you that that's good news for him because the amount of remittances done to Nigeria, is something else. It's unprecedented.
Okay, as an
Because
economist, as a village economist, talking about the economy of Nigeria, talking about the naira that is fluctuating or is nosediving in terms of value, will you say that the economy of Nigeria is alive as a person? And also, you made mention of the inflation, the announcement by Dangote Boa Cement that they are going to bring down the prices of fuel of cement. What actually is the factor that pegged the price at this current price? And what factor must have changed that will necessitate them to say, oh, at this time, we are going to drop the price of cement? Or is it just that somebody decided to sit down one place and rip the people apart of their hard-earned money, don't forget that this same cement, Dangote cement, is being sold for 1,500 naira in value in the next country, Benin Republic, in just the border country. But in Nigeria, it is sold at almost 6,000. And now somebody just wake up and say, oh, because of one thing, maybe the government has said, tone this thing down a little bit for these people, because these people are breathing on our neck. The people are getting more frustrated, and he came up to just announce that. Don't you think that is part of irresponsibility or the part of government that made few individuals to capitalize in this kind of a kind of monopoly? You may not call it monopoly, but it's a kind of monopoly. People capitalizing on it to rip Nigerians apart, and yet because the government does nothing to protect its citizen. Wouldn't that be a dead country? Wouldn't that necessitate that Nigeria, the soul of millions of Nigerians, both home and abroad, who has looked upon Nigeria as a failed state, affected the flag of Nigeria not flying at the UN? How do you react to that as an economist?
We may be saying the same thing with that guy that said Nigeria is dead, and myself saying that Nigeria is a failed state. I think we might be saying the same thing, but it's just the use of word, which I don't want to use the word dead. That is only a disagreement. But he himself might be saying the same thing I'm saying. But my choice of word is Nigeria is a failed state. But he is saying that Nigeria is a dead state. So at the end of the day,
your word is really is palatable enough. It's palatable. It's true.
So if I should respond to you on economic angle, considering what is going on in Nigerian economy, with special reference to Dangote cement pricing in Nigeria, I will say that every capitalist the world over will want to maximize profit. Nigeria is not an exception. Every capitalist will want to make surplus profit in short term, in medium term, and in long run. If I want to put it in our local language, I would rather say that ignorance are for. There is no amount of money, not even you, Chinedu. If you start making 20 million naira every month, I mean, your aspiration or your target will be to make 100 million naira in next 3 months. That is one for you. But however, what happens in Nigeria, because I said it's a failed state, where the state supposed to protect the interest of the poor, protect the interest of the working class, and of course the rich, the capitalist. Their interest should also be protected, even though they can take care of themselves. But government moderate is a moderator, like a referee in football match. But why Nigeria is a failed state is that the government has joined forces with capitalist bodies or capitalist organizations to exploit the ordinary people, the masses, and the working class. That is why the circular flow of income is disconnected. There's disconnection somewhere. The flow is not allowed to smoothly sail through. Because if the flow is allowed to move as expected, I bet you Nigeria will be most prosperous country in Africa. But because of that fact that the state power, the state has the instrument of force, instrument and monopoly of force. There is a state that possess that quality or characteristics, as case may be. But because the state failed to live up to their obligation, rather join forces with these monopolies like the Dangote, that was and is why we are facing what we are facing. And if the question is on Dangote pricing of 5,000 to 6,000 naira, of course, it's expected. Nobody should condemn Dangote because he's out there to make money. But what government does is to encourage or to discourage oligopoly. That's a monopoly, oligopoly. Monopoly is where you have just a single person supplying a product to the system. But oligopoly is when you have few people. When you have few people there, the price war will ensure. That's it, you have price war in the system. And price war brings down the price, increase the quality, increase competition. A critical case is what you have in mobile phone industry in Nigeria, you know. So it's because Bua Cement came up and they met with a presidency or President Tinubu. You know, they proposed that they have the capacity to bring down the cost of cement to 3,000 to 3,500. So that Dangote was threatened, you know. So you have another oligopoly or another producer of cement in the market is a threat to Dangote. That is how economy is run. I'm telling you. Now that we are talking about refining our product, if you give licenses to many up to five players in oil sector to go and start refining crude products, maybe modular refinery in all the oil producing states. I'm telling you, the liter of fuel will be sold for 100 naira, highest 120 naira. It's simple economies. Don't expose the pricing to international price. We have comparative advantage over the natural resources we have here in Nigeria. Why should you have to expose it to international market? Why not sell this product locally produced at local price to these companies? You know, when I listen to these guys, it's just like mathematics turned upside down. It's just like these guys don't know what. I really don't know what is wrong with us because it's simple. My father, my brother in the village, uncle in the village, can easily tell you this. You don't need to go to school for you to know these things, Chinedu.
Yeah, sure.
That you know. A lot of things are just as simple. We don't need to expose them to big grammars or inflection or international trade. We're using jargon to confuse ordinary people. I'm not cut out for that kind
To
of
confuse
trash.
people who are already confused. Anyway, do we see? To a large extent, you've answered that question, and there are more and more and more and more, uncertainties, and people are still asking more questions with regards to this experiment you call Nigeria. Someone said Nigeria is the giant and big brother of Africa, but yet it has taken a nap, and this nap, we know what it means. Although he said brief nap, but it has been a prolonged nap. Nigeria has been sleeping as a giant of Africa in economy, a giant of Africa in production, a giant of Africa in policy, a giant of Africa in delivering democratic dividend and upholding the constitution. With respect to what happened in Nigeria to this year and the recent judgment being thrown in from the tribunals, we can guarantee and say that, oh, this country is a failed state. And truly, it is. And you can't blame anyone who thinks otherwise. So let's bring in our brother Udogo Nweninya, who has just joined us, to get his own opinion while we wait for Udowele to give us his own submission with respect to what we're talking about this evening. Remember, you can be part of this conversation by calling +2348104545533. The number is right here on the screen. Okay, you can just call +2348104545533 to let your opinion be known, because this program definitely is going to be very brief. And you can also drop your comment, of which we'll be taking your commentaries from the comment section. Welcome to the program, Udowele. It's a pleasure to have you on the program this night.
I don't know if it's dog or Udowele. Okay. Thank you so much, Mazin, Chinedu, Nedu, Almighty God bless you. Thank you so much, because you have been doing good in this struggle since 2013-14. I know you, how you are hustling, how you have been doing your best to make sure that we get our freedom. But what I want to tell you is Nigeria is dead. But when our brother said that it's not the dead, so I want to explain for him what is dead. A dead country is where you kill up to 200 people, 300 people without no consequence. That is what you're supposed to know what is dead. A dead place is where the people are dying.
I think he's having network issue. We hope to have him back again. Network. Nigeria doesn't hold
when
Udogo, network is really giving you a hard time.
Yeah.
Go on.
Did I come back?
Yeah. Go on.
Back now, or is not? Back now? Is it okay?
Yes, continue.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, continue.
Okay,
continue.
Because it's okay now. It's not a fair state. Dead country, state. Example, as I said before, wherever, when in Boko Haram kill up to 200 people, 300 people, no consequence for them. When they capture them, they will for soldier, or they will say they are repentant, the dead country. When you see people get all this kidnapping, they have kidnapped somebody, people, children again in Nasarawa or one northern place last week. They kidnapped a lot of them there, and after that they will kill them. Nothing will happen. That is country. In South East, man is killing every country. Tell me, how do you think that this place is not a dead country when everybody is dying every day by day? When the hunger is even coming, you see today nobody's eating, people are begging for food, no food in the country, everything is high in that country. It's like where if you see who you can eat, you eat and collect its own. If you see who you can cheat, you cheat and collect his own. That's what is in that Nigeria. It's struggle. Any person you can kill and get some things, you do that. That's what Nigeria is. So that person is a very dead country. They look the president Tinubu. How old is Tinubu now? It's around 100 years or 90-something years. How many years remain for him to die? That's why I say it's a dead country. And this person is still coming out there to say he wants to rule Nigeria. He wants to rule Nigeria. And you see how that is going, how he's working, even though the certificate is dead certificate. Because the certificate cannot verify if it's original or not original. I'm just telling you how this country is not a dead country. Dead country is when you reach in this what they call it in Tinkan, when we are shipping something before, the container before is 600,000 to clear it. Because of his dead countries around 8 million, 600,000 to 8 million now. It's a dead country. Everything is cost. Okay, now if they want things to be good, if you want things to be cheaper, you're supposed to make the shipping things to be easier. 600,000 to clear container so that the goods will reduce price. Before we are selling one television 2 inches, we are selling 18,000 naira, 15,000 naira. But now go to the market 200,000 naira. 100 and something thousand naira if you can see the good one. So the country is a dead country. See the cement people are talking about. Before we are buying 2,000 something. Today is 5,000 something. Which today news I hear that it will be like 9,000 if you go to news. They say maybe they will increase to 9,000. Other people say it will reduce to 2,000 something. That because of his dead country, that's why you cannot see the person to stand. The government cannot tell you one thing. Because if it's not dead country, they will say it's 5,000 or 2,000. It will be like that. Because of it's a dead country, this person will say, oh, it's 9,000. This person will say it's 2,000. The same that country. That's to say that it's dead country. So you see the court, the appeal court, tribunal, how they judge something everybody see, all evidence, everything they show them, but they still deny, even though a lot of evidence everybody see it. If you're not a dead country, the judge will say that we judge it that Obi is the person that win the election. But because of it's a dead country, they don't like a dead man to rule the country. Look the Buhari, the people, they still allow him to rule Nigeria. Upon how the old is, upon how is the dead, everybody is coming to that country. They must be a dead. That's why before I think it for Obi have to become 90-something years, try to die, so he become president. Because any person that you want to be a president, either you are sick or you want to die or something is wrong with you, or you are going like this man, the near president now that is, when he's working, he will use is like my grandfather. My grandfather is very strong. So if you become like that, then you become a president of Nigeria. Honest person cannot be a president because the dead people is always be a president of Nigeria. So my brother, what I'm trying to tell you people here is, you have to understand what is dead. A first state is different. The first state, everybody already knows it's a first state. But because the dead is complete dead. So only who I'm pitying for is those people in that our place, in that so-called Nigeria. First, they don't have any hope. There's no any hope. How can they survive? There's no light in that country. There's no good road in that country. Hospital is expensive. If you sick now, you cannot even do anything. Nothing. This man that I don't know is a musical singer. I think it's a dead country. That's why the man died. and they still go and bring the dead of the dead body to see what happened. And instead for them to know what happened, they still say that it's a dead man. They didn't even bring anything there. They still put it. That's why that Nigeria is a dead country. Everything in that country is a dead. So concerning about the dollar that is high. Dollar that is high is because the people that in that country is already dead. So that is why the dollar is already high. It's favoring the people that live in abroad. The people that live in abroad is favoring them because okay, now the people that live abroad, they are not dead. That is why it's favoring them. The people that live in Cotonou, do you know how much is Cotonou money before? 1 naira is around 140 naira. Cotonou money. But now I think 200 naira with 200 sepa is 1,000 naira. And we made oh, it's a dead country. Cotonou, look Cotonou here. Look Cotonou. It's $200. 200 sepa is 1,000 naira. Can you see? Hey, before, when people in Colonial and Ghana is coming to Nigeria to come and work and to come and do all their things, but now because it's a dead country, that's why all of us is running away from there. Look, a good doctor, all the doctors, because they see the country is dead, that's why they're running away from the Nigeria and going to other country because they know that place is dead. If they want to treat somebody now, they will not have the equipment to treat. When they put injection, it will be fake injection.
Sorry about that. I think network is hanging.
Yeah. So because it's a dead country, that is why they.
Udog, calm down. Udog, calm down. I know you are boiling because of the condition of this country. I understand everyone is feeling the heat. Even me, as I'm talking to you right now, I am sweating like Christmas goat. Although it is not yet Christmas, because there is no light, and we have to use generator. And the reason why we don't have light is not because there is no power at some point, but for the past 2 weeks, our light have been cut off. Why? Because they were bringing the bill. The bill they brought escalated from 7,000 to 11,000 naira every month to 120,000 naira every month. How much are you paying for rent? How much are you using to feed? Only NEPA, 100 and something thousand in a month. That is why I am sweating like a Christmas goat. So I understand you when you say we are all suffering it. Oh yes, we in Nigeria, we are really suffering it. But sentiment aside,
because it's a dead country. Because if you're not a dead country, you cannot be paying such a light bill for 100 and something thousand. And the 100 and something thousand for here in Europe, where I'm living, I paid every month up to 300 and something thousand. I pay every month. But that 300 and something thousand I pay every month. That is around 320,000. I pay every month. But first, 24 hours light. Second, you work on it like there's something that I'm charging. That thing is to charge my car, to charge everything is including, and I'm not paying for the fuel. I'm not paying for anything. I'm just paying that 300,000, and it will make you that because of light steady. You can make up to 3 million because of light steady in a month. But because of in Nigeria, you will see there's no light. You will see there's no light. They will just give you bill 100 and something thousand. Which first you don't make any benefit on that base. You don't pay if that you have light for hours. All this iron bend, all this mechanic, all these things. They will have light to work 24 hours. And they can make a lot of money there. When they're paying 100 and something thousand, they will know that they have made the money. But this time around, you don't make any money, you don't do anything. They just bring it bill for you. What are you doing? Is it because of your phone? You tell them you see light or see this. No, they don't do that. And
Network is...
Again, in this country, after you pay that 300 or 289 billion, after the year, they will check if you have more. If you get more, if that balance you up to 1 million more and more. That is what is going on in the dead country. So I think network is not okay. I will stop here now. Thank you.
You have exhausted, not really exhausted, but you have really poured your mind out with respect to your opinion regarding the situation of Nigeria and answering the question why the Nigerian flag refused to fly among other flags that we are flying at the United Nations. Okay, and people are asking, why is it that Nigerian flag refused to fly? And people are saying that it is because he's a dead country. And Udogo, when you are taking us on a very long ride to establish this fact. And I don't know if Udowele is ready to make his own contribution, because anytime from now we're going to wrap it up. But while we wait for Udowele to join us to make his own submission, let's quickly go to the comment section. Okay, we are also acknowledging all those who are dropping their comments. We may not read them all out, especially those ones that do not correspond with exactly what we are discussing tonight. You have to make valid point before we read your comments. Okay, we have Monday Bulem, who said, if now you be the flag, you go gree fly in a country that is full of wickedness. Hey, oh boy, this one a big bombshell. And another one coming from David Michael said, thank you, BVI, for this program, which is enlightening people with open mind. I'm a Yoruba man, because my lineage goes back to the Alafin of Oyo. Nigeria is a failed state, but parasites don't want us to go out our separate ways. Okay, and that brings us to why we talk about the British colonial contraption. What actually is Britain benefiting from the confusion in Nigeria today, from the unworkable state of Nigeria? What is the benefit of British people who established this Nigeria from the advent of colonization? Because Nigeria was bettered out of colonization. So those of you who knows your history will know and agree with me that Nigeria was created for colonial enterprise in 1914. Okay, we also have Henry Best saying revelation now. Oh, maybe he's receiving the revelation of what actually made the Nigerian flag not to fly. To you, what do you think made Nigerian flag not to fly? You can call this number on the screen while we still have little more time to take your call, to make your own submission while we turn on our discussants who are joining me visually. Udogu joined in from Europe, precisely, if I'm not mistaken. Well, you can say that better. But he told us, I think a Dutch country, he told us that he is recharging on approximately around 300 and something.
Well, you can say that.
300 and something thousand. That's how much he is paying for light. Honestly speaking. But if you look at what are the attributes or the benefit of him paying that amount, you cannot compare it with what we are passing through here, where you pay NEPA bill or electric bill that you did not even consume. They will say it is estimated bill. There is no light. They will bring bill at the end of the day, and the bill is so much that no one can even. I can't afford such amount to be paying 100 and something thousand for NEPA light where I no use. Okay, now that is what part of the conversation today. We are talking about why Nigerian flag refused to fly at the United Nations, and this is Biafra Discourse, and Biafra is about the freedom of the black race, the freedom of Africans, because we believe strongly that in Biafra, Africa died. What is Biafra? Biafra is justice, fairness, equity. Biafra is creativity. Biafra is innovative. Biafra is progressive. Biafra is about freedom and justice. And of course, if you look at Africa today, everybody is talking about the true freedom of the African continent. And the Biafran people, because we have Biafran people who are still trapped in Nigeria. Some other person is joining me, joining us on the program. Please introduce yourself very quickly and give us your own thought, because I can't see you clearly. And from here, I can barely see the name. Please.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks again, Mazi Chinedu. This is Zuchuku Okol in Mbadike.
Hey,
you know.
Mbadike.
Yeah.
Mbadike in a mud.
Just yeah, my brother. I cannot do just joining you this afternoon from city of New York, and I will say good evening to you. And the question that you asked is which most of us that are living here in New York have already known. And Obi made it clear 2 days ago at the lecture. The reason Nigerian flag is not flying at United Nations is because it doesn't exist anymore. If it does exist, that flag is supposed to be flying there. And since it's not there, everybody says people in Nigeria are supposed to use their tongue, to count their teeth. Because when you go to a place, all the nations that exist in the world and their flag is flying, right there, United Nations. The one that doesn't fly means that it doesn't exist. So Nigeria is like a grazing field for the Western colonial master to come in and harvest whatever they want. And they do all those things through NGOs. All these NGOs that you see working in Nigeria, they work as an informant. But a lot of people that are placed doesn't even know. Even the people that are in Nigeria today, they told you that they're NGO. You have to open up your eyes, put your ears on the wall, and follow them very closely. Because when you look at the crime that is happening in Nigeria today, it's those NGOs that are, leading all these foreigners are part of the problem we're having in our land. And when you look at all these countries that exist today, look at all these things going on in Sahel, they know that the NGOs are the agents that are helping those ISIS and all those people in Sahel to be killing the people. Because when you look at this, what is going on over there, you find out that most of the weapons that they're using, that the law enforcement of those countries that they're helping out doesn't have it. And the question that should come to everybody's mind, if a country don't have such a weapon to defend their land, where are all these terrorists are getting it from? They're getting it through the NGOs, because they go through the NGOs to stabilize all these nations. That's exactly what you see going on in Nigeria. Now, there's no security in Nigeria. That's why you don't see those flags flying and all these things that transpired during the presidential election in Nigeria. When you see in the Western world where we're living, like in New York here, and when you tell people that you're from Nigeria, they will be like, oh, is it a country that rigged somebody that was a drug dealer in the United States to be their president? So it's a big shame based on this evening presentation. It was a hardcore presentation, and that will give the people the sense that where you have a drug baron as a president, how do you want that country to be recognized in the world? It's not real. And most of these people in the West are the ones using the same guy to do most of these atrocities, because you see most of them in Nigeria today in these political arenas. Most of them, if you check them very well, that's why I always tell people that this election that happens in Nigeria is an eye-opener to everybody. Nothing is hidden in the surface of the sun. Whatever you're doing now, social media is everywhere. If you block Twitter, people will use another network to be able to present their, their cases. So nothing is hidden. As you said, they know Nigeria now, they have a constitution that doesn't even work. You have qualification for people to come into a politics without qualification. Rather for them to come with something that they know that is authentic. They just want to forge documents that will boost their, their resume. At the end of the day, they will be start running in the circle. Why you are running in the circle? People that knows you that you don't have it. The criminals are the one that will support you. If you look at what is going on with all this stuff wicked them are doing in Abuja, you find that you know, bird of the same feather flocks together. You have somebody in campaign say they give him a land, he said he don't want it, that he don't want no headache. Then you say you're recording CFO. You make sure you put the person's name to make sure there'll be no credibility given to him. But you presenting those information, everybody around the world have had that news during the campaign, and you bringing it now. It makes you that are bringing that, you know, information to look more stupid. So, Chinedu, thank you for this, you know, broadcast, and we'll be joining you to let our people know their left and their right, because what is happening in the world today is that people don't sit back and analyze the information they get. They just get information, they jump on it. They tell them sit at home, they never ask themselves, all this stuff that we're doing sit at home, where did he lead us to? Killing our family members and killing the people in the village, destroying our land. Where is he leading us to? So that's why I said that most of our people today are programmed. Whatever they're doing today, they put 100% of their brain in it, whether they're just jumping into the fire. Then when they jump into the fire, they want people on the side. When they jump into the fire, they're looking for people on the side to come and rescue them. Why you see a fire? Why should you get into a fire? Is it because somebody telling you that it's not a fire, that you can go through it and you just jump in there? So, Mazi, thank you for this time, and I will be standing by listening and
thank you.
Following suit. If there's anything else that we need to be contributed, I will come back and do so. Thank you.
Sure. A lot. We are going to go through some of the comment section, and I really appreciate this conversation coming from our discussant tonight. And honestly speaking, it is packed full. I'd wanted this program to be very brief, but damn it, I got to give the people a voice because I'm committed to this task. And we have wonderful people who are right here with me to look into these issues of the flag, why it refused to fly, and everything that actually goes on. All right. So we have some people who have dropped their comments. We also have Udo. Well, I don't know if Udo is ready for me or want to speak with us on this program. If he is ready, he can give us his own opinion so that we will be able to proceed on the program. Udo, well, are you there?
Good evening, and good evening, our listeners and members of the crew.
Good evening, welcome to the program. Udo, give us your own perspective with respect to what we are discussing this evening. Give us, what's your insight?
Well, as we all can see, Nigeria, as we know, is every day you wake up, you are rest assured that there will be a news, if possible bad news. You understand? So I don't know how to analyze it anymore, because if you come every day to analyze something, the analysis always head towards the same direction. You wake up and you get tired of analysis. You see, today you saw the fire just catch the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, where the election matters are being challenged, has been set ablaze. Very soon now they will tell you that all the materials that was brought to court has been burnt by fire, and there is no way they can trace those things anymore. So Nigeria is just a joke. It's a failed state. The choice of words, whether it's dead or not, let's be correct in our presentation. It's a failed state, everything about Nigeria has failed, including the people in Nigeria. It was never meant to work. And the people who call themselves Nigerians never also want it to work. Because if they want it to work, they come together and make it work. But the thing is that some will tell you the person who is in charge is my brother, whether he's killing us or he's not killing us. We don't care. As long as it's our brother, no problem. That is the situation. So a country where one person is given the license to bring cement and others' license are seized. There are so many witch hunting in terms of political, economical space in that country. There are a lot of individuals who may like to refine petroleum products in Nigeria, build their own refinery in Nigeria, refine it. Let them just make mistakes. Let them just say, refineries, privatization of refineries. You can build your own refineries. Let's see how the market will be. They won't do it because their European counterpart has told them that you don't have to do such thing. You see it. So our brothers who has the money, who has the capacity to build those refineries, are building it outside Nigeria. The same criminals will take the oil to those refineries built outside Nigeria, refine it, import it back to Nigeria, and sell it to Nigerian people based on international rate. Something that you have that you can refine locally and sell it to your people at a local rate, you go and find it at an international market and bring it back to sell to the people. That is wickedness. And that is to say, it cannot work in Nigeria. Because if it can work, if it's working, nobody will be complaining. And that it can't work. But it was planned not to work. Because as the English people said, if you fail to plan, you planned to fail. Nigeria has no plan to get things done. The only plans they have is how to get into power, enrich themselves and their friends and their relations. Like I think we said during the campaign, that his friends are also allowed to be rich. So I really don't know. It's like some people who did not hear when he made such a comment that his friends are allowed to be rich. So that's
talking about Atiku Abubakar.
Yes.
Okay, that was when that was the previous debate. I think in 2019, where he made that statement.
So in a situation where political cause, those who you were hoping that is going there for you, it told you straight away that is not going there. He's not going there because of his friends and his family. Understand? So you don't expect the person who makes such during his campaign. You don't expect a miracle when he enters there. You see, somebody told you during the campaign that prepare to go to farm do these things. You think it's a joke. When he enters there, that's what, if you have not managed to cultivate some millies and it's a problem. You see, so there was no difference. What Tinubu is delivering to Nigerians is his campaign promise. It's and other things that company. That is what he promised Nigerians. And no, the Nigerian population knows about it. But because instead of those who can do it should handle it, and that those who can do it there from our side, let everyone perish. Nigeria has failed at all level. It's only in Nigeria where you get bill of electricity that you did not consume. It's only in Nigeria that you pay for road that you do not use. It's only in Nigeria you pay for property that you do not occupy. It's everything in Nigeria you pay for it, and yet you are paying for what you can never access.
Okay, hold on a bit, Udowele, please. Let us quickly take this call. We are still on Biafra Discourse. We have a brother who is calling in through the WhatsApp. You are welcome to the program, Biafra Discourse. What is your submission with respect to what we're discussing tonight? And your name, please, and where you're calling from.
Thank you so much, Chinedu. My name is Don Petty Monini, as you may know.
Yeah.
I'm a native of Vitani Agoro in Anambra State, Biafra, and I'm calling from Netherlands.
Okay, Alanso, go on.
Yeah. So for me, what I understand, the flag is just the representation of the people of the nation. That is why you see Arab people, whenever they are annoyed, they will carry down the flag and burn it. So what I mean is this. The flag refused flying means that there is no more Nigeria. Nigeria expired in 2014. And nobody can argue about that. This time around, at the UN there, Nigeria is not there. There's nobody that represents Nigeria. Anybody that is there just force himself there, to be there. That is why the US president refused to give audience to the so-called person that is there as a representative of Nigeria, which has never happened before. And this is the same person, the same US government or president sent 9 powerful members to go to uphold his steering of the ballot. You understand? A criminal that is convicted in their own court. The same president sent 9 delegates to see his installation. So the meaning is that there is nothing like Nigeria. Nigerians are deceiving themselves. If it's in a normal country, even from Eastern Europe here, what the subordinates of Nigeria are supposed to do is to come down to discuss how to make the country to work. Then they separate themselves. Each people go on their own because nobody loves each other. It is only the people, my people, are just trying to make up, but no way. So this is my take. There's nothing like Nigeria, and the flag can never fly again. This is not the first. I think there was a time the flag refused to fly. When the terrorists killed Nigeria, he wanted to release pigeons. The pigeons refused to fly. They come out and go back.
Yeah.
So this is my take. There's nothing like Nigeria anymore. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Don. Thank you for calling. And before I bring in our discussion tonight, don't forget this is BVI Channel 1 and Biafra Discourse. We're reviewing why Nigerian flag refused to fly during the United Nations recent General Assembly that happened. Okay, and the people are asking why. Let us quickly take another call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, brother.
Your name and where you're calling from. Very brief, please.
Yeah, my name is Prince Honest Mighty. I'm calling from Enugu State in Kano East Local Government, no more Nateze to be precise.
All right, go on.
So I thank all the members at home. And our discussion this night is the reason why the flag refused to fly, as others are doing. And the reason is very, very simple. A flag that the youth, the future of the nation, were upholding onto 2020, and they were singing the national anthem, and soldier invaded, those that are supposed to protect them, invaded and killed those guys, and their blood on that flag. How can that flag fly again?
This is
how do we expect that flag to fly again? They are on that flag. We are not foul. Even in the Bible let us know that during the sacrifice they use animals' blood to plead God, not to talk of human blood on the flag. How do we expect that flag to fly? A flag where a country where election were to be held and the woman were stamped both face with blood and they were casting his vote for the right man and they deny her at that vote and life was lost. How do you expect that flag to fly again? A country, even as of today, the one that was just happening in Cross River, a boy was invaded by police and they wanted to kill the guy because of the huge amount of money they gave him, that he was protecting pipeline with his boy and they want to eat that money. We got the news and it was released since on Thursday, it was just released today. And the money was taken away from him and you are expecting a flag to fly. We are suffering in this nation, a country where the president is not even supposed to be. We are not voted for, and people are crying, people are shouting. Everybody knows this truth, and you expect the flag to. You know that I think in France, the same minister did something. There was a time that they kept a record that for either in a year they changed 5 ministers in France, and nothing happened. Why can't Nigeria own be like that? And when still they use corruption to lead the people, and you expect no, the gods are angry. Things fall apart. The gods are really angry. So the flag not supposed to fly. We ourselves know our problem. The only problem is that I pray, let God liberate those. Let God help us and free those that have the love of this country at hand, which are the Biafra people. That is our prayer. And that is my own submission.
Thank you
so
very
that other
much.
people
Thank
can
you very
join.
much, my brother. He really made a very powerful point. A very powerful point he made there. Honestly. Well, let us go to the comment section. I think we are going to revisit this program on Friday on the next section, Biafra Discourse, because this is where you get undiluted truth. It doesn't matter, it's irrelevant where you are from, whether you are a Biafran, whether you are Oduduwa, whether you are Arewa, whether you are Shanti, whether you are, name your tribe in Africa, it doesn't matter. As long as you have a bad government, your flag will not fly. And this time, we are looking at Nigeria, which everything points to one direction. Just like our brother just mentioned, that this flag refused to fly because there is blood of innocent people stained on that flag. That is a very strong one. And that is something we should show. And that is why it is important you stick on this platform where you get undiluted truth, where you support truth to prevail over lie. And you can do that by using the super chat to support our programs, our live programs. It is not easy for us to keep up with this program, but you can help us and encourage us through the super chat. And you can also join and become a member of this platform through your monthly subscription. It will help us to keep up with what we are doing. So why don't you hit on the membership and be member of this platform on YouTube? Okay, it can only take you a token depending on how much you can help to support us with, or you can just simply give us your super chat and your donation. It goes a long way for us to fuel our generator. Okay, it goes a long way for us to provide us with equipment and sustain our operation. And with that, by the way, let us quickly go to the comment section as we have it right here. Then I'll go back to our discussant who will conclude or make their final statements. Okay, we have a whole lot of people who are dropping their comments. We may not take every one of them. Only valid ones are what we're going to take. Okay, we have Eze Chinedum. Thank you for commenting. We have David Michael who we've already read your own submission. Okay, let us go to Marcos because we stopped at Henry Best, who said he's receiving revelation. Revelation is what we are bringing to you on this platform. That's why you need to hit on the subscription button. It is free, except you want to join as a member to support us financially. All right. Marcus Davis say the flag is shy to fly. This one is shyness. Okay. when you look at other flags that their economy are booming, when you look at left, right, and center, the flags of country that unemployment is reducing and the economy is improving, a country where the constitution is being upheld and where their citizens are protected. When you look left and right and see flags of country where things are working and yet things are not working in your country, honestly, you will refuse to fly. That is exactly what is happening there. Okay. All right. Now let us quickly take on this one. Nigeria is dead and buried already. That is from Life of Eliv. Well, names Anna Funa, social media is quite hilarious. Shasta Fury said, "This is a bad omen. The king has been rejected." What a word. It's a bad omen. The king has been rejected. In this case, in this instance, who is the king? A king without a kingdom. If you say it is Jagaban, hey, now you talk him, no be me talk him. All right, let us go to Well Wisher. Said you all know why it won't fly. Stop playing. We are not playing here. We're very serious, my brother. Okay. Life of Eli said, continue to say, Nigeria was never a country, it's a business empire for the British, therefore the flag cannot fly. We have Kainde Odumuyiwa said, Nigeria flag is not flying because Nigeria is no longer in existence as one. Nigeria amalgamation is overdue since 2014. We are no longer in existence as one. Okay. All right, let's go on. Chinedum, as I said, Umbadike, you said it all. Umbadike, people are commending your comments. Say that you really hit it where it matters most. We have Yahoo Dean also said you are in order with what you said, Umbadike. Okay, Edwin Eze said Nigerian flag cannot fly because Nigeria is hell fire on earth. This one is another bombshell. All right, Gabriel Wanko said, Mr. Chinese, some time ago, I heard you saying something about Simeon Eba. My question is, are you still stand by your position? My dear, my position is still intact. As a Biafran, if you do anything anti-Biafran, we stand against what you do. Because Biafra is not killing people, threatening people, causing chaos, putting fear, especially destroying your own land in any guise whatsoever. Anyone that supports any violent attack anywhere around Biafra, whether killing Biafrans who are working as government officials or killing public servants in uniforms and the rest of them, and now putting the lives of millions of or thousands of Biafrans living in Biafran land in jeopardy, putting their lives on the line, because whenever any of this killing happened by any of these armed agitators, the result is colossal and the victims are Biafrans. We stand against it. We stand gidigba against it. If you say you want to fight and you come down and face the fight and the consequences that follow thereon, nobody is against you. But when you stay far away from Biafran land and inciting a kind of, oh my God, the carnage is too much. We've recorded thousands of Biafran people who are dead and many languishing in different cells. We say there are other ways to go around it. And when you look at when these things are working directly against Biafrans in Biafran land, this platform will stand against you, because this platform is for the truth, justice, and equity. Everyone who wants to go to equity must go there with clean hands. That's our position. Okay, thank you. I think I've answered your question, Gabriel Wanko. Margo said, this is my brother from Kano East. I like the point he made. Okay, he said like it's as the point is the point he made is really in order. That is coming from Mark Gold. Gabriel Wanko. Okay, I think we've taken your comments. Margot said the program is bringing a different dimension. Thank you very much. And I think that is where we'll be wrapping it up. Prince Anthony said Nigeria is a failed state. Only Biafra is our hope and the only hope. All right, that is where we're wrapping it up on the comment section. Let's get back to our discussant tonight on the show to make their own closing remark while we wrap it up on tonight's edition. I think I will start from the last person that came in, then in that order we wrap up the game for tonight. Mbadike, give us your closing remark, just briefly.
Yes, not much to say. It might be less than that, bro. You know, in addition, and closing remark is to tell our people, leadership is inborn. You can't force yourself to be a leader while you'll be out there making a mess. That's why Nigeria is how it is today. You have the people that will make Nigeria work, but they refuse those people to come in the landline. They're talking about exchange rate. If people that wanted to fly international airlines are given a license to do it, you know you have another source of income, another source of foreign exchange, not only crude oil. If they can afford to, you know, sponsor Innocent to export most of his product outside the country, you will have a source of income. But you know what is happening in Nigeria is it's a country of tribalism. That's why nothing is happening there. And it's going to continue till people will start eating themselves. That's why I'm telling our people in the Southeast region, you need to sit back and digest all the information that are coming to you. And you look at the negative and the positive of that information that you're getting. Because, what happens to our people is that they think straight. They never sit back to check the advantage and then disadvantage of the information coming to them. Exactly. You ask yourself, sit at home has been done now going to 5 years. Did you give you Biafra? Killing our people, destroying our market, did he give you Biafra? Those are the things that we're always trying to tell people. Sit back and analyze the information and your actions, and you weigh it and see the result that are coming out from it. Without, getting the real, people in place in Nigeria to make the system work. It's already dead, as Anselm said. It's a failed state because tribalism can never go away from Nigeria. It's already inbuilt. If a Nobel Prize winner will see what happened in an election and speaking from both sides of his mouth, what else do you expect to happen? For people who don't even have certificate claims they have it. But I will stop you from here. Our people need to sit back and analyze the information coming to them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mbadike. God bless you. It's a pleasure to have you. And we have Udogo Ngwenyinya. Udogo, give us your own closing remark, please, as we're wrapping up tonight. Hello, Udogo. We are waiting. I think his network has gone bad again. Hello, Udogo. All right. While we wait for him to connect, let us take it from Udowele. Udowele, give us your own closing remark, please. Unmute yourself if you can hear me.
All right. Thank you once again. And thank you, listeners. Like we always say, the situation in Nigeria, they said is Japan now.
No, exactly. Honestly, I don't want Japan, to be honest with you.
If that is hope, people not go to Japan. Recently, P2B analyzed those who are going up and down, telling they are calling on investors to come in.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the network.
I know. Hang on, Udogo. We'll let Udo finish, then I'll come back to you.
Okay. Okay.
Go on, Udo, please.
What is happening in the Southeast today that is forcing business out of the Southeast? If there is a enabling environment for investors survive and strive in your country, you don't need to tell them to come. They will come. They will be begging to come. You see, but you begging them to come simply means that the situation is very, very dire. So they can hardly survive. But even though they will come, they will give you conditions. There is no electricity to power industries. There is no country that can survive without proper and steady electricity. Power industries is not done anywhere. You see. So generator is for standby, it's for emergency. It's not for industrial countries. It's not how it's done. So we should understand and know that the problem in Nigeria is more than what we can't explain it, because even those who are the architect of the destruction don't even know the impact of what they are doing. They're just doing it. You see, at the end of the day, you think you are doing Mr. Paul. At the end of the day, it affects Peter also. Even Andrew is involved. That is the situation.
Okay, thank you very much.
As much as we understand what is going on, we should be careful and meticulously. We don't have to be caught in the midst of the fire. We should be on the guard and make sure that we are not trapped in that failure of that country. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my brother. God bless you for joining. Then over to you, Ndubisi, very briefly. Let us sort it out.
Yeah, thank you, Chinedu. You know, to me, since we've all agreed that Nigeria as a state has failed, yes, it's a known fact that Nigeria has failed. As part of my closing remark, I want to now look at the solution. You know, I want to provide solution so that we'll have something to go home with. You know, because at the end of everything, if you do not provide solution that will take care of the needs of the people, you know, you will end up being you will end up lamenting or indulging in lamentation. Having said that, I want to encourage our people that Nigeria as a country, as presently configured, cannot work and designed to fail. To those of us who are religiously, who are too religious, who believe that miracle can still happen, I want to advise them to please note that God cannot bless Nigeria when the wrong thing is done from the beginning. When Nigeria is forced, when the indigenous people in Nigeria were forced to live together, it is not God design, it is human factor. So as long as human continue to put their hands there in God's design, no amount of prayer can make it to work. Rather, what will work is to either Nigeria divide or we reconfigure Nigeria to promote and encourage production in every nation in Nigeria. Nigeria has different mini nations forced together to live as one. In the world politics, we have seen where countries like Nigeria, how their political structure is designed. In Switzerland, in Brazil, in India, in America, United Kingdom, these countries, nations, were designed to stay together and to prosper in their individual nations' capacity. So, for Nigeria to be controlled from Abuja, you have IG of police controlling all the space, all the nation. It won't be possible. For you to have corporate commission, what do you call it?
Corporate affairs.
CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission, registering companies in Nigeria, positioned in Abuja. It cannot work now. How can it work? And for you to have somebody, Minister of Works in Abuja, supervising road in Anambra State or in Imo State, how can it work? And for you to have Minister of Education managing one cooperative college of education in Enugu State, there it cannot work now. So there's a functional and workable system that will make Nigeria to work. If at all we still want to retain that name given to us by white people, by colonial masters,
okay.
If at all we want to retain this name. So that is my solution. And finally, as part of the solution, it's for us, the indigenous people, to identify credible platform and organize ourselves under genuine leaders. Of course, you can see Chinedu, he has been here working over the years. BVI, GGM, de facto customary government of Biafra, these are different platforms that people can identify themselves. Genuine platforms, try to promote such platforms, because by so doing, you are encouraging goodness. And that is how miracle will happen. Thank you, Chinedu.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have you in the BC. Thank you for joining the program, and we hope to have you once again. And on that, I think Udo winning. I just came in, but network is still playing hide and seek with him. Hello, Udo.
I think it's okay. It's okay now. Yeah, my network is okay. It's me. I'm working.
It seems the other gentlemen have make their own club. Just a very brief one. Just a very brief one in summary.
Thank you so much, Chinedu. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. What I want to tell our people is this. Number one, from 2001, 2002, 2008, network. Okay, I thought it's my network. Let me move it from camera first and see. So from 2002, 2002, 2003, I think we have was really that lead Biafra by them, and a lot of our people killed, dead, a lot of Biafrans. I hope you are hearing me, Chinedu.
Yeah. But make it very brief, please. We have less than 2 minutes to finish this program, please.
Okay, thank you so much. Many people died in the time of Owazurike. Up to 2,000 something people, Igbos, died. In the time of Nnamdi Kanu, from 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 16 to 2021, when before they capture the Nigerian government capture him, the amount of people that there which have been creating is up to 1,500 people. And then now from 2001 to 2023, 2021 to 2023, I will similar never take over. The amount of people that dead is around getting to 400 people. So what I want to ask our people is this: are we going to use this type of taking idea, killing our people, destroy property? Do you come in that way? I want you people to reason. Let us come together and find way how we are going to support one of us. For example, how P2B come out. But you people say, no, we don't want this, we don't want. No, you have to first get somebody as a leader. The person that can speak for you. First, can go to United Nations, can take any the people that the world can recognize. Then somebody Okoko will come out and say Biafra is coming, say the ship is coming, and all of you will just jump up and down and follow it. I've been in this struggle since the time of Wazirike till now. That's why I say no. Enough is enough for our people to die. Please, my people, Ijilontielo, Gekwelo Ebelis Osolu, Wopuna Aki Igbo Ndị Igbo. The time, remember that the people that they are looking for in soldier or people in the police or people is in official workers. Why they are doing that? Because there's no food.
Okay, Udogo, I think you should be wrapping up now. You should be wrapping up now.
It's not for you. When the Boko Haram come, the people that is begging, it's a fly that is not flying. Can there something fly? That is what I want to ask our people. Can a dead something
move? Udogo, please, we are going to be wrapping up because our time is already going
fly. So go and think.
All right, thank you very much, Udogo, and thank you, gentlemen, for joining the program tonight. It was really a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
It's really a pleasure having you guys on the program tonight. That is it. I think we'll be wrapping it up from there, and I appreciate every one of them who joined in today's broadcast on Biafra Discourse. Make time to join us on our subsequent programs and be part of what we are doing. Always follow us on all our social media platforms and stick on this platform. Somebody made a comment which we are going to take on the next section, where we'll be talking about some of the process or the strategies that have been adopted by different people. Somebody asked a question saying that if I am in my house and you came to kill me, do you expect me to fold my hands and wait for you to kill me? Anyway, we've answered this question. I know he's talking about Simeon Ekpa or reacting to Simeon Ekpa strategy, just as much as our brothers who have made mention of Simeon Ekpa and some other strategies that have led to the death of many Biafrans. I think the agitation should be more of safeguarding and protecting our people, other than other than what we are having today, where many Biafrans are being killed, and yet we are not making any headway. So, regarding the issue of Biafra agitation, what best strategy will work for us? And on this, we'll be wrapping up on this section, hoping to have you back again on the program this week. And follow us on all our subsequent programs, political review, matters arising, and our daily updates that are fully loaded. Don't miss out anything. In case you've not subscribed, hit on the subscription button. Stay connected on this platform as always and be part of this great community. Let me just make this emphasis before I close this program, coming from our reaction to what one of us who are in this program made mention of P2B, saying that he looks like a leader the Biafran people should be looking upon. P2B does not represent Biafran people in the Nigerian politics. P2B represents Nigerians in the Nigerian politics. That is one thing you must take home. And the Oduduwas, the Arawas, the Biafrans, all are being represented by P2B. All Nigerians, irrespective of where you come from, are being represented in P2B and Dati. Both of them represent the Nigerian spirit, talking about the entire people of Nigeria seeking for freedom. Freedom from bad governance. Freedom from a dead country, as many have made mention today, a failed state. Okay? Biafrans are Nigerians, Oduduwas are Nigerians, Arawas are Nigerians, as many as possible who are within Nigeria today. Okay, when we talk about the Biafran people joining politics, me personally, my perspective is Biafrans, die-hard Biafrans, Biafran enthusiasts, Biafran agitators, taking political strategy towards the agitation for self-determination. And that has been the position of this platform, that will enable, through Biafrans, people with the spirit of Biafra to be in government and deliver good governance and free the people from bad governance and free the people, set the people free from the impunity of the Nigerian state. That is what I represent, and that is what I will continue and remain committed to. And this platform is dedicated to this mission. As we continue to educate and enlighten people through this platform, you can always subscribe, like, share, follow us on what we're doing, and support everything we do. If you have any critics, bring it forward. Call us. Let your submission be made. And together, we can build a better society. And on this note, I'm saying bye-bye to every one of you. And thank you for joining us on today's section on Biafra Discourse. And I see you some other time. Stay safe. Because in Biafra, Africa died. But in Biafra, Africa shall rise again.